Radhe Radhe! Hello and welcome back to the Bhakti Breakfast Club. I'm Daniel Tucker. This is Harmonium 301, Transposing, moving your sa. So in this course you're going to learn the basic process for taking a song, like one of the songs you've learned in the 200 level courses, and moving it up if it's too low, or if it's too high, moving it down into a different key, starting the whole song from a different sa. That process is called transposing. And it's totally easy. You can learn how to do this. It takes a little figuring out, but once you kind of click into, oh, I see how that works, then it's really not that difficult of a process. And in this course, I'll go over the basics of how you transpose, and then I'm going to use an Om Namah Shivaya chant from course 208 as an example of moving a song up or down. And then in some more courses like 302, 303, I'll give some more examples where we'll take one of the songs that we've done together previously and put it into a different key as an example, so you can really drill this process and get familiar with this process of moving a song up or down. So transposing, let's go over why you would want to transpose. Obviously you're watching this course, so you have your own motivation why you want to transpose, and that's the most important thing. But transposing is useful for a bunch of reasons. On the one hand, different people have different vocal ranges. And so although a typical kirtan song is going to work fine for most people, there might be a couple of people in the audience who are saying, oh, this is kind of uncomfortably high. Is anybody else having that problem? Or somebody who's saying, oh, I can't sing those low notes. Is anybody else having that problem? So it's just natural that there's variation from voice to voice, and there's also variation from song to song. Some songs reach quite high, some songs dip quite low. And so as you're learning a whole collection of your own kirtan songs to use in your home practice and to share with other people, inevitably sometimes you'll stumble onto one where you're like, oh, I like this song, but it's kind of uncomfortable because it goes too high or too low. So in that case, you would want to transpose that song. Also, if you're starting to play with other musicians, or if you already do play with other musicians, then if you have a guitar playing friend, they might come in and say, oh, I have this great Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram chant. It's in the key of G. And so you better know how to play in the key of G, or be able to figure it out on the fly. So in that case, you just need a familiarity with the new key center, and how you would find chords in that key center, and so on, which you'll get from this course. And also, it's just a good idea for your overall musical development to not be limited to a single key. Really, we have been learning all our songs from the key of C in the 200 level courses. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then it repeats. There's 12 different tones within an octave. Really, there's 12 different possible keys. You can have a song in C, a song in G, a song in C sharp, a song in B flat. There's a lot of possibilities. And I don't want to overwhelm you because there's also some keys that are very popular for songs to show up in, like C, like G, like A, like E, or D. And some keys that are rather unpopular that you don't usually hear people playing songs in, like A flat, or like E flat, or like F sharp. So what I usually encourage students to do is at first get really good at one key. Don't worry about getting exposed to all 12 keys. It's totally an overload to do it that way. So I really encourage people to first get acquainted with one key, and of course in the 200 level classes, you're getting acquainted with C, so that's the first key. And if you're really comfortable with that, and then you're wanting to kind of expand your options, then I encourage people to learn a second key. If you think you need to have a lower option, maybe learn the key of A or G. Pick one. If you need a higher option, maybe use the key of E or D. Pick one. And then start to get acquainted, as I'll show you in the following videos, get acquainted with this second key so that you have another option to draw on if need be. And then, of course, if you're comfortable with that, you might expand and have a third key that you're familiar with. And expand as much as you need. But the most important thing is to start with one key and then build from there. So in the next video, we're going to talk about how you would evaluate where your vocal range is and what a good sa might be for your voice, if you need to shift it up or down. And then we're going to go over how you would reorient into that new key. So there will be a video on reorienting the sargam, a video on reorienting the chords, a video on reorienting an example song sheet, and then you'll basically know the process. And then if you want to go on to 302, 303 and drill this process with some more songs, you're welcome to. Alright, so let's dive in. I'll see you in the next video.